Okay, I guess it wanted to end. We weren't even done yet, but sure. I
And so
guess
it
we are.
started, then ended.
Just it said, you know what? I'm gonna do what I want to do, and that's cool. That's all good. Do what you want to do. But we are here. Welcome, happy Thursday, like twins like to say, turn up Thursday or pre Friday.
Happy Friday Eve. Turn up weekend.
And we're recording exactly how I want us to record. So this is a good thing. It's
Okay,
already
that's good.
starting out well. I love it. We are here. It's going to be an interesting show. I'm going to wait until more people join because I'm going to be looking to you twins tonight to really help me out and help me help the ladies.
Oh, no
Um,
pressure, huh?
because women shooting our shot. That's what we're talking about tonight. We're going to talk about women shooting our shot. Is that bold or is it desperate? Which one can it be? Right? Is it a bold move if a woman shoots her shot, or just does it reek of desperation? But we're not going to get into it yet. We're going to talk about it in a bit. I have a clip. I don't think I even shared this clip with you twins.
Sure didn't.
I have a clip that I'm going to play. I edited it a bit. That I had made a comment on the young lady's page, and if I can find it, I'm actually going to read what I said to her, and then her cockamania, as Jamaicans call it, response. We're just putting a bunch of words together that meant nothing, but she thought it made her look smart. But
What up,
we
Jeff?
digress.
What's
We
going on, Jeff?
we Jeff, you have been missed. And Jeff, I will probably need you also for this conversation because you are counseling the married folks. And I want to be a married folk again. And so that might mean stepping out of my comfort zone and shooting my shot as opposed to waiting in the corner hoping someone will shoot their shot at me. But we're going to wait to get into this. Before we get into it, twins, how has your week been?
It's been good. It's been raining down here in Georgia, raining a lot, you know what I'm saying? So, don't want those weathers, but it's raining, but then it's still hot, humid. But, that's good. That's Atlanta weather. Family's good, kids good, health is good. Let's see, business is good. No complaints. Just no complaints, I mean, of course, don't, since we're on the topic, there's always relationship stuff going on. So, that's not all the way good like I need it to be, but everything else is good though.
I love that for you. I have no relationship stuff going on. I was thinking the other day, when was the last time I had been on a date?
Mm.
And yeah, it's been, okay, it's June. Okay, maybe it's been like 4 or 5 months. Okay, it hasn't been as bad as I thought it was.
So,
I had
what
to
do you
think back.
consider as a date for you? Because everybody
Um,
differently. So, what do you consider a date?
Someone asking me out, making plans, considering what I like in those plans, conversing, having a good time, laughing. Yeah, I would consider that a date. And the last time I did that was is back in February. That's the last time I went on a date.
That's a wow. That's a
That is a
wow.
lot. I think there are people think like I'm out here like dating. I actually do not go out a lot. Maybe this is why I inspired my own show because I think I might not need to start shooting my shot because believe it or not, men don't ask me out a lot. I think there's this misconception that like I'm just out there like dating. Men actually do not ask me out a lot, and so I do not date a lot. So my daughter was actually telling me, she was like, "Mommy, you should just like go to a happy hour, go to the bar, like sit there." She's like, I know men will like try to come up and talk to you." I'm like, no, they don't. They actually they actually don't. But we digress. We will get into that later. But my week has also been good. Toronto's actually been getting the same amount of rain. Toronto has been super rainy. It was rainy today. It was rainy yesterday. Montreal, which is in the province of Quebec, provinces are like states. It's about 4 hours, I would say north, I think. 4 hours, no, I'm lying, 4 hours east of us. They were getting a lot of rain. I was on a business call today, and two of the people on the call were from Montreal, and they were getting a lot of rain as well. So I just think the weather is just been very interesting this year, but I'm hoping for a really hot summer because I need it. I need hot. I want to be outside, 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 outside. But we digress. But like me, work is good. The child is good. Oh, I can actually say this. I kind of said it last week, but I can actually say it. My daughter was one of the performers in the Toronto FIFA opening ceremonies. So I am very proud. Out of thousands of dancers who auditioned, my daughter was chosen of about 100 dancers who opened that day, and Canada played Bosnia in our open ceremony. It was a draw, but my daughter can historically go down and say that she was a performer in FIFA. So I'm a super proud mom.
Oh shit, that's dope. Congratulations. Did you record it?
I Here's the best part. I had everything set up. I
Mm,
had my iPad set up. I had my TV set up.
yeah.
I had my tripod set up. I pressed record on my phone. It doesn't record, and I'm halfway into the performance. I'm looking, I'm like, why isn't it recording? I press screen record on my iPad, it doesn't record. So I caught the last, so it was like a 12, 13 minute opening. I caught the last like 5 minutes because her dad missed it too, because we're in a group chat together. So I got the last, so he was watching it on TSN. I'm watching it another channel. Anyways, I got enough so her dad saw part of it because I sent it in the group chat, but I did not get the whole thing. But she has like backstage and all of that stuff, so she was okay.
Still epic fail for mom and dad. Epic
It's
fail.
such an epic fail.
Epic
It was.
fail.
I was literally. I when I say I had my tripod on my bed, everything. I tested the recording. I pressed it, and then I'm in it. I'm like, so I had to take it off, use my phone. So I'm now watching and like doing this.
Mm, 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 mm.
He messages me and he's like, did you watch it? Did you get it? I'm like, sir. He was like, he was watching it on another, like, look, waiting for another channel. But listen, we got it together. I saw it with my eyes, and her dad got to see half of it. So whatever. We're still great parents, damn it.
Never said y'all wasn't, but it's still an epic
Yeah,
fail. Just saying.
it's definitely a fail.
That's
And then I realized I'm
yeah,
technologically like inept, so I'm okay with
yeah.
it.
That was a precious moment missed. The good thing is that I'm sure it's on YouTube. You can go back and watch it, record it. Just make sure you capture it from the beginning. Okay, I
I know
digress.
that's what her dad said. He's like, I'm just gonna go on YouTube and find it. And I cannot
Yeah.
believe my screen record didn't even get it because I was watching it in two places. It was so weird. Anywho, my daughter was fine. She's making like a back because she brought her video camera. She's like taking old school. My daughter does like digital. She has like a digital camera. She's like a Polaroid camera. She's like a camcorder from back in the day, and she gets like behind the scenes things. So yeah, she's like, "Mommy, it's okay. I got it." So I didn't feel so bad. But anyways, I'm a very proud mom. While some people's daughters are on OnlyFans, my daughter was in
Whoa, the
FIFA. I'm just
shade. Don't be shading people now.
I am being very shady. Okay. And being very shady. You know what? It's funny, as we're going to talk about dating. You know what I find interesting? I was having a conversation with a gentleman last night. Someone who had popped into my DM like months ago, and then he like re-popped up into my DMs and was like, he wanted to converse with me, and I'm always open. That's the one thing with me. If you come to me correct, I'm always open to have a conversation with you. So I'm having a conversation with him, and it gets to children and so forth, and it turns out he has six, all adults,
Oh,
five that are living, one passed away,
oh.
and one was with one woman, and the four others living are with another woman. So we're chit chatting so forth, and I'm asking about the relationship he has with their mothers, and he's like, "Why do we need to have a relationship?" I'm like, "Because you have children." He's like, "But they're all grown," and I'm like, "But they're gonna be like grandchildren and like all these different things." He's like, "Okay." They're grown. Like I don't need to talk to them anymore. And it always reminds me, even last week when you were talking about the relationship with me and my daughter, because my daughter's also grown. Like she's 24 years old, but I always knew that having a baby with her father was like it's an attachment. Like it's the longest non-relationship I've had. And I don't know about other ladies, but I don't know if I'm comfortable getting into a situation with a man who, even after years have passed, he can boldly say, like, I haven't talked to this woman in like 12 years. Like, sir, you have 4 kids with her. What? Like, you just don't talk at all? Nothing? Christmases, birthdays, Thanksgiving, nothing? The grandkids, nothing? Like, there's just no communication? That's weird to me. I don't know. Is it just me? Isn't it weird?
Um, I kind of get it. I mean, I can't relate because I do speak to my ex-wife a lot, especially regarding our kids and just little stuff. I mean, just today she sent me a picture message saying, "Hey, our boy can eat this. He's allergic to these cherry apples or something like that." Whatever.
Oh, poor thing.
Dang, but I said we got a bubble boy for real. She's like, we sure do. So yeah, we still talk. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it wasn't nothing too personal. It was about the kids. So once again, as you just stated, as life goes on, there'll be things that she'll be witness to, things I'll be witness to if I had the kid or X, Y, Z. And it's like, hey, just in case you didn't know, X, Y, Z. Okay, cool. Thank you. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, I'm not trying to have a full blown, hey, how you doing? How's your day? How you been? You know what I mean? I'm not, it's not, it's just to the point. So, but you're right though. It is kind of weird not to have a type of relationship. Yeah, 4 kids with a woman and you don't talk to her at all. I understand
Yeah.
the kids are grown, understandable, and she might have her own situation, understandable. But y'all listen to talk when it comes to either a birthday or grandkids or anything like that. Hey, you
Weddings, so much. Grandkids' birthdays, like, I don't know. I was a little like, like it was like X on that. And I listen, I have watched some other shows where women are like, if I'm gonna date a man with kids, they'd rather like the mother to, like, I heard one woman said rather the mother to be in jail or dead, because in that way I don't have to. And I was like, what?
well, that's more. That's like that's right. That's masculinity right there because that's stuff that we men say. Like most men, not all men. I mean, it's just I'm not even going to say most because there's a lot of guys out there who do prefer talking to women who have kids already. But I'm just saying, most cases, I don't really like dealing with a woman unless the dad's dead in jail. For real, dead in jail. Or if he's an active father, cool. But just the active father only. If anything other than that, talking about I come in the house, he on the couch, that ain't going to work for me. I'm not built for that. Sorry.
No, and I completely get that piece, and I understand that facet of making sure that there is a line of what that relationship is. But I'm always thinking, doesn't that speak to character? Like, if you can procreate with someone, not once, not twice, not thrice, okay, 4 times,
Well,
like,
more
and
likely
you're
for
telling me there's no conversation?
Well, for more likely for the men's side, the reason why we say that, like if you're in jail, dead or whatever, because we don't have time for the baby daddy drama. That's the main thing. Because most men, I can say most men on this one, we are territorial when it comes to our
Hmm.
women. So it's just a man thing. It's just I don't know how to explain it, but it's just what I mean. It just there's always gonna be something there. It's just there. So I'll flip right there. Something will just be there. Can't name it. Just 2 kings, 2 men, 1 woman. It just ain't gonna work out too well. So either he's gonna be a great father and we all get along, or he's gonna be dead or in jail. It's no in between there.
Yeah, I get that. As a man, I wouldn't be able to do the toxic, children's father. I don't want to do a toxic mother either. But for me, it's just like, I don't know. That for me was like, yeah, and he doesn't speak to either of the women. Like, you have 5 children between 2 women and you don't speak to either of them. I don't know. I found that weird.
And also too, it has to be healthy too. Like I don't mind there being. Once again, I prefer not to touch women that have kids already unless they're grown or same age as my kids. But I prefer not to even deal with that. Like I rather start my own family. That's one thing my dad
Yeah.
told me, my twin brother, even my older brother, start your own family. Just so you want to deal with that old drama, baby daddy, mama bullshit like that. Because sometimes women don't know how to draw the line when it comes to that part. Hell, they
Yeah.
couldn't draw the line when it comes to the father or stepdad with the child, like, you know what I mean, discipline and conversation like there. So those things I kind of really try to stay away from it because it becomes a headache and it doesn't create peace inside the home. But I don't
I
want to get
get
too
that.
too deep in that conversation because that's a whole nother topic we can talk
No,
about
that's
later.
a whole no, it is, but and it's funny because as much as I might find it a red flag, there might be men who find me a red flag that I still am in a group chat with my daughter's father. We have a family group chat. And, we do, like you said, we do her birthdays together. If she has performances and she has 2 tickets, she's inviting her mom and her dad, right? Like, different things like that. So there might be men who think, well, that's a red flag. Like, you guys have an adult child. Why do you still need to communicate? And for me, it's just like, yeah. So it's funny, the things that people find red flags, right? Like that could be a red flag for a man for me, and I find it a red flag that you literally do not communicate with someone who you procreated with 4 times. Like, anyways, we digress. We're gonna get into the topic, Jeff. I'm hoping if you join us, Restream isn't on that BS tonight. I've pinned it as usual in the comment section. I'm now paying for Restream, and I actually started paying for Restream, Jeff, because of you, because you weren't able to get it, and I was like, maybe if I start paying for it. So I'm hoping, Jeff, if you feel inclined to come in this conversation, I'm paying for it now, so that better not piss me off because I'm calling customer service. Anyhow, women shooting their shot. Oh, yes. We keep hearing all of this conversation online about dating being difficult and you know what, not even so much that it is. I'm gonna give it to you, man. I feel awful for you in the 2000s, the 2020s, because social media has made it so that you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You're damned if you do, if you slide into the DM and you reach out to a woman. Now, did you see the new thing in 2026 is women are putting um, DMs into songs? Have you seen those ones?
No,
Literally,
I mean,
they're
no.
they're
I haven't
turning
seen the video.
messages
I haven't
that
seen
men are sending them into songs and
yeah.
posting it.
Like I'm seeing posts and comments go become songs, but I haven't seen DMs become
DMs,
yet.
DMs, and what men are saying in their dating profiles. So they've turned them into songs. So you've got that piece where a man goes into your DM, unless he, let me just say, this is ladies, this is all for you. That of course is unless he looks like the Nigerian soccer player that is making the rounds on Instagram. Ladies, if you have not seen the Nigerian, just look up, you just have to look up Nigerian soccer player. You don't even have to know his name and he will pop up. But I digress. So you've got that, and then you've got the women who also then come home and complain if they go out and men don't talk to them. So if you don't talk to us, some of us are complaining because what are you gay or what's going on? I went outside and I looked so good and nobody talked to me. But then you have the other side of women now making fun of men who are sliding into their DMs. So it begs the question, should women start shooting their shot more? What are your thoughts about women shooting their shot, twins?
I totally agree. I believe at this point in time, especially with the temperature that we're in now, I think women should. Let's be honest. I am 44. No, 43. Anyway, I'm 40 something, right? I got I'm in the moment, but I haven't had a woman ever shoot a shot at me. Never. Every woman that I spoke to, I slid in her DM, or I mean, let's be honest. I'm not a DM guy, but I actually talk to people and women in real life. But the point is, I shot myself either through text, message, phone call, whatever it may be, interaction, DM, always took the initiative. I never had a woman who said, "Hey, Dwayne, how you doing? You want to get something to eat?" You know, well, had that, but it was like, "Oh yeah, we get something to eat," but it was never like she was really trying to like, "Oh, you're hitting on me. Oh, I'm okay.
Hmm.
Oh, you taking me out. Oh, you want? Okay." I never had that feeling. Never had that feeling to this day. Still, a woman has not shot a shot towards me. So I think it'll be a great for women to try that. Because also too, we know as men that as women, y'all got 100 DMs in Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever you're on. This dudes are always going to holler at y'all. So we know the competition is there. So it's like you can go through your inbox and scroll through like, who am I going to entertain today? Any, mini, money, mo. Hey, and you start have a conversation. Whereas if you look in a guy's DM, our DM be dry. Besides us sending a message out. Now our scent may be lit, but our inbox will be dry. But the point I'm trying to say is that no. I mean, yes, you should try it. You'll be shocked. Because once a man know that a woman's interested in him, that kind of changes things. Like, oh, she likes me. Okay, that's different. So try it. All of you.
Okay, I like that. So my next question is, you kind of answered it with that answer, but how would you suggest we shoot a shot? Let's say online or in person.
I mean, either way. I mean, because it depends on the person that you're wanting to shoot your shot at. Is it somebody that you've seen before, you see all the time? You know what I'm saying? If it's somebody you see all the time, um, have small conversation, to find out the important stuff, if they're single or XYZ, whatever got going on. And then once you find out the stuff that you need where it's safe to shoot your shot. Just hey, what are you doing this weekend? Or what are you doing tonight? Or where have you got plans? Listen, have you ever done it before? Have you ever shot at a guy?
I have.
And how did that go?
It turns out he was married, but he was flattered.
Okay, so cool. So see, y'all get discouraged when you do shoot your shot, and then, oh my god, the guy's married. I hear that a lot. When most women
That's exactly. Listen, you're skipping ahead because that's exactly what I wanted to talk to you about.
Every time when a woman do hear most women that when I say most, I'm talking about the mature woman who's dating with intentions per se. When they do shoot a shot at a guy that looks good at XYZ, business Y, XYZ, he's married. I'm not talking about the girls who be in the club, shooting a shot at dude at the bar, smells weed. Yeah, he got baby mamas. He's out there collecting numbers, buys, whatever. But when y'all be intentional, you think somebody, oh man, he might be a keeper. Yes, we may be married. Most of the time we are married. Yeah, those ones be taken. So maybe if you try to stop sooner, you could marry him. But anyway, I digress. Go ahead.
Listen, and again, we're gonna get deeper into this, but I think if a lot of us were honest, we don't like rejection. Women are not used to rejection, and the prettier we are, the worse it is because you don't have to shoot your shot. You don't have to be the one who is like, hey, I'm over here, I like you. It's not happening. And so when you're now in a situation where you are looking to shoot your shot, there's all of this fear about what will he say? Is he married? So I'm going to tell you my situation of like wanting to shoot my shot at someone and some issues, but I'm going to read what Jeff has to say here. Said, I thought that it was not far-fetched for women to shoot their shot. It's been happening to me since a teenager. Okay, Jeff, come on, tell us about it. Because I want to hear what methods women are using who are successful at shooting their shot, right? Because I'm going to play a video of a woman talking about women shooting their shot. And after the video's done, I'm actually going to try to find the comment that I wrote to this woman And the comment she wrote me back that I actually subsequently ignored because it was a bunch of foolishness. But let me play the video first, and then I'm gonna find the comment while the video is playing. So give me 1 second here. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts, twins. Here we go.
Ladies, I think some of you all are spoiling the men too much. I just left lunch. I sit down. It's three gentlemen sitting next to me, one of which is married, two of which are single. Long story short, two of the singles go and talk to another table. One goes talk to a group of women, another goes talk to like a little set of ladies. And I just casually mentioned to the married guys, like, oh, your homeboys that left you, you know, they said you married, they gotta go get their wives. And he was like, nah, I think one of them knew the ladies over there. And then the other group of ladies, they sent him a drink. One of them sent him a drink. And I immediately responded, I said, wait, women send men drinks? And he was like, yeah. He was like, you didn't know that? And I was like, no. So when all them came back, when both of them came back and it was like all three back together, I was like, that lady sent you a drink? And he's like, yeah, like, you know, that's how women shoot they shot. And you know, I'm so mind boggled by this because, ladies, is it not bad enough that so many men want to beat us now? Now we're sending men drinks. You know, they're basically selling me this. Like, yeah, you know, you need to start sending men drinks. You don't know how it could go. That could be your husband. Babe, let me tell you one thing about my husband. Whoever he is, wherever he is, he gonna know he want me. And a man that wants a woman, let me go ahead and say this slowly. A man that wants a woman goes after her. If a man does not want you, he doesn't go after you. Go after you.
Okay. All right.
Ladies,
So
I think some of you all are
let's
spoiling
get
the
her
men
off my
too much.
screen now.
I just left lunch.
Before you
I sit
respond,
down.
I'm gonna tell you what I wrote on her, and then the nonsense she responded back to me. So I said, "There's nothing wrong with sending a man a drink. A lot of men are no longer pursuing us because we go on social media and talk about them when they do pursue us because we don't like how we're being pursued. Also, considering most of us want the same man, sometimes you've got to do what you need to do to stand out. We have no problems trying to stand out for a job we want, but we don't want to stand out for a husband. Stop this." Okay? So then she responded to me, and I completely ignored her because it was stupid. She says, "Interesting take. Thank you for sharing. I'm afraid it sounds like a bit of coddling, enabling a man in a man's world, especially a black man, is counterproductive. This may be deeper than I thought." And then a man responds to me and says, "Yes, thank goodness I am so grateful to see another woman with my mentality. Sorry, I'm glad you exist, sis." So yeah. So here's the thing. When I read her nonsense, because it was a bunch of words put together, I said to myself, what world does she live in where a black man is coddled?
I don't know, but it gives off like, okay, everything was cool with her post, what she said, but why you got it's the shot for me. Why you gotta take a shot at men? Periods, black men, white men, whatever men. Why we gotta take a shot? Oh, you just cuddle. What the? How we go?
Listen, I have lived in Jamaica because I was born there. I have lived in Canada, and I have spent significant time in, say, I've lived in 3 different states in the United States of America, and I visited 8 different countries, and I think I'm on 22 different American states. Okay? I visited a lot of places and 5 different Canadian provinces. And nowhere in all of my travels, in all of those travels, have I ever been in a place, and Jamaica is primarily black people. Okay,
Yes,
if you want to be technical, and
very.
nowhere in there have I ever seen, from my daddy down, uncles, anything, have I ever seen black men coddled? Because you got to understand what that word means. Black men are not, black boys are barely coddled. Okay, black boys are being told they need to grow up and be men. And because so many of them are being born in homes with only women, they're also being told they've got to be the man of the house. So I said, sis, now I just was like, and it was the person who sent it to me. I was talking to him after, and where are we coddled as black men? Where in the world does this happen? So getting off of this, I find it interesting that a single woman being told by a married man and two single men what would get their attention was met with disregard. Yet she's talking to women about what we're supposed to do for men, and then telling women that when a man wants you, he'll come get you. But she has three men telling her, hey, maybe you should try shooting your shot because your husband would be in there. And also in her comments, she had men who said, my wife shot their shot 15 years ago, bought me a drink, and she hasn't paid for a damn thing since.
That part. That part. Listen. I'll say this, right? For her, how's that working out for you, love?
Well, she's single.
My point is that's
and clearly wants to mingle.
Yes, she's single, wants to mingle, and wants the husband because based on her statement. But she said, "Oh, I'm not doing that." Okay, well, you keep being in that same position that you're at, and see if your outcome will change. And it's funny too because you think about it, all women are doing now is what men did what men do when we go to the club. You know how it goes. You know, a guy buy you a drink, he pretty much owns you for the night. That's how it works. So now y'all like, no, let me try it. You buy him a drink. Oh, okay. Guess what? Based on what you just said, she became a wife and hasn't paid for anything since. So, I mean, once again, everything's not gonna work for everybody. But if you want a different outcome, you have to try something totally different.
Thank you.
It's nothing wrong. It may not work for you. But she did make a valid statement for a man who wants a woman. I say this all the time. A man will run through walls for a woman that he wants. That's a fact. I'm not going to argue on that one, right? But if you go into a bar looking for a husband, I mean, that's your problem right there. That's your problem. Your atmosphere. Everybody goes to the bar.
Well, technically, she was in a restaurant. She took herself out on a date. So I cut out a bit of the video, but she took herself out on a date because I get it. Self-care is important. So she took herself out on a date. And while she was there sitting single and alone at her table, she saw these three group of men sitting together and saw all of this interaction happen and was curious about it. But again, she's got men telling her advice, but she doesn't want to believe that advice and wants to believe. I agree. Yes, when a man wants you, he'll come get you. But to my point, it has become to the point where we don't like how you court us. So now we're talking about you. We don't want you to approach us. We can't smile at you. There's all of this bullshit happening. So if I was a man, I wouldn't say shit to any of us. I wouldn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
I mean, just think about it. I don't know what location that she was at, but more likely at the bar she was at, there's a bar, there's chairs. The person makes the drinks in the middle, talking to everybody. I guarantee there's a TV somewhere, right? I guarantee when the three men came in, they came in for some drinks, some wings, whatever, just chilling, having a good old time.
And watch the game or something.
The game, whatever. Just be in the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Boys were getting drinks sent to them without even trying. But you did the same thing, and no one's paying you no mind, love. Because, in this day and age, you could be that strong, independent woman. That's a long, rough day for me. I mean, you have to understand from a man's point of view. It's like, why is she here by? First off, if three guys, we walk in and see a girl by herself, I'm like, why is she there by herself? She ain't got no girlfriends? Like, that seems weird to me. If I go to a bar with my fellas, right? We all buffalo wings, food, sports, whatever, and we sitting down talking, chopping up, whatever. And we look around. You know, we always gonna look around for girls because you know we like visual. We're visual creatures. We want to see a fat ass. We want to see somebody cute. We want to talk our shit, whatever. But then if a woman just sitting there by herself, it's either A, she's either waiting for somebody to come, right? If she by herself, she could be early for the date, right? She could wait for somebody to join her. Or two, she just get something to drink. She had a long, rough day, probably on flight, talking to anybody. Like it don't give off welcoming. I'm just saying from my point of view.
Really? Because I see that for me is an interesting take because I actually do a lot of things by myself. I go to the movies by myself. I've gone to clubs by myself. I've gone to dinners by myself. I go to art galleries. I actually prefer my own company. Like I'll give you an example. Right before we did the show, it was one of my best friend's birthday today. I went to dinner, and as much as I love being with my friends, like I'm at the table, I'm the only one who doesn't drink. So it's like they're all drinking. I'm there having water in the meal. They're like, and of course, when you start drinking things, and I start getting in the space where I'm like, yeah, this is like not for me. I'm ready to go, and I had the show, so I had to leave. But it even got to the point where when I asked the waitress, I was like, please separate the food and the drinks bill, because I love my friends, but I'm not paying an extra $80 on my bill because they had a bunch of drinks and I was sitting here with tap water. Like, I'm not doing that. I could have just gone by myself, had my little mocktail, had what I had, and called it a day and been fine. So for me, hearing you say like me being by myself might look fishy to men, I actually I love my friends, but I actually prefer to be by myself.
So, okay, great. Let's use you as a case study since that's what you do. Perfect. Yeah. You like going out by yourself.
I do.
And we talk about this all the time. You might hop on the train, write your book, night before. Yep. I know you like to travel and be by yourself. Cool. So when you are out in those public places, let's say a bar, based on the conversation you had. So you're at the bar, you get a little drink. You know what I'm saying? Are you on your phone the whole time? Are you making eye contact? Are you involved with the sports? What's going on? Like, are you? Yeah, because doing that right there is gonna bring the guy. Oh, okay, she a fan too. You know what I'm saying? That's what break the ice right there. But are you just there? Maybe you do that, but I'm talking about the lady what she was talking about. I guarantee she's sitting there like this the whole time. Not looking at nobody.
Yeah, and that for me, I like to be present in the moment. So I'll just be personally for me, like when I'm doing that stuff by myself, like my phone's in my bag. I already have I have my watch, my fitness watch. So honestly, if a message is important, it pops up on my phone. I can look, and if I need my phone, but it pops up on my watch and I can look at my phone. But I am a person who likes to be in the moment and like to be present. If I'm by myself, I'm engaged. I'm watching sports if it's on. I'm looking. I'm smiling at people. Like I really do take that time because I appreciate the fact, first of all, that I can even do that. Right these days in this economy, it is a treat to be able to treat yourself. So I'm always just appreciative of that. And so for me, I just as I walk through this single path, I'm in a place where I'm like, it's like the question really is for me, is it desperate if I were to slide into someone's DM and ask them out for coffee or tea or whatever, or would a man consider it bold if I'm at the bar, even like we'll just say restaurant for me because I don't really go to bars, but if I'm at the restaurant by myself and I sit at the bar, because most restaurants have a bar, and I'm there and I'm having dinner by myself, is that considered like, oh wow, she's really lonely? Or is it considered, well, that's like very confident or bold of her to be doing by myself? Like I really want to know what the perception is, because I don't want to be single forever. But since I'm single, like I'm not going to wait to do things with people. Like I take trips by myself, as you know, like I travel by myself.
Yeah, so as men, we don't look at those things like how y'all women look at those things. So we wouldn't see you as being desperate or XYZ if you send me a message. Hell, you just never know. You send me a message. See, this you gotta understand too. So when we are dating and we're want to take a woman out to date, we have to be ready to be able to go on a date, right? So we know at the end of the day, we're gonna probably spend about $200, up to 500. You know what I'm saying? Just on the date, just trying to impress a lady, right? And it could be more based on the man's pocket, right? I'm just giving an estimate what a man can spend on the first day trying to impress a woman, because that's what it is. We're trying to impress you, number one, by taking you out. Of course, we'll look the part, XYZ, everything good, conversation, blah, 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 blah. So the fact that you saw my DM and say, hey, do you want to, go out and get some coffee or something like that? I'm like, shit, hell yeah. I said, coffee, that's my budget. I like coffee, so I can't spend no more than $30. So yeah, we can do that. So that's well, I'm saying that could be a good thing for you and also for the guy, because he won't worry about spending that much money. You understand what I'm saying?
Here's another case. So I'm going to tell you my personal scenario. So like almost 3 weeks ago, I was at a work event and I met a gentleman. And ever since I met that gentleman, I have not stopped thinking about him. Like I did the bold move the next day. So he was flirting with me a little bit. So this was the same night I met Mel Gibson. So he came with the Mel Gibson crew. And so we were chatting a bit, and I was chatting to Mel Gibson, and I think he's a wealth advisor. I think he's Mel's wealth advisor. So we were chatting, and I happened to say something about being Jamaican, and he was like, "Oh, I'm Jamaican too." He's like something about Jamaicans, and as he was shaking my hand, like he held it a little bit tighter, and he was like, "Oh, we could do this for a while." Anyways, the man just like. So I made a bold move and I found him on LinkedIn. He has no other social media that I can find. And actually, I have one of my colleagues.
Stalker.
I found him on LinkedIn. We connected. I said, it was lovely to meet you. I'd, like to stay connected. And then funny enough, one of my colleagues, she started Googling him because she found I wouldn't even go into, but she found all of this information about him. But then I was saying to her today, and I was like I looked and he didn't have a wedding band on, but it doesn't mean you're not married, because I also know men, like my ex-husband, who didn't always wear his wedding band. So I was like, he doesn't have a wedding band on, but like, if I wanted to ask him out for coffee, like, I don't want to get rejected. Like, how do I do? And I consider myself this bold, confident woman. I was like, if I'm over here concerned about doing this with one man, how do men do it? I'm over here Googling him, trying to find him, trying to see if he's married, trying to make sure that my poor little heart doesn't get broken of me just coming in and saying, hey, would you like to have coffee? And me, if I'm going to ask you for coffee, I'm assuming I'm also going to pay for the coffee.
Oh, welcome to the world of being a man. Not saying you're trying to be a man. Not saying you're trying to be a man. I'm not implying that, but welcome to our world. See, once you, as men, we're used to rejection. Okay, let me rephrase this. Men who grew up with father figures in their lives. So you understand when you reach out to a girl and she says, no, I got a boyfriend, or no, not interested, XYZ. It doesn't turn physical. I'm not shooting her, killing her because she's down. So I had to get that disclaimer. So yes, once you've been rejected, you get used to it. It ain't the end of the world as far as men. So we can shoot a shot all day long. All right, cool. I mean, there's guys who go to a club, right? And let's say a packed club, party, whatever it is, packed. And at the end of the night, we're going to walk away with 3 or 4 numbers. Mind you, it could be 100, 200 women in there. We're going to shoot a shot at every woman that we can. But we may walk out with 3 or 4 numbers. And guess what? That's a win. That's a win. Now you get 0 numbers. Damn, bro, you had a bad night. Your game was weak. You couldn't get 1 number. But the point is that we keep shooting our shot until we get one. That's how we go as far as men. Sorry, that's how it goes. So when you said, "Oh, my feelings hurt," let your feelings get hurt a little bit. It's okay. It ain't the end of the world. He said, no, you don't get mad and like, oh, well, you ugly anyway. Don't do that. See, that's the problem. That's the problem with women to this day. When y'all do shoot your shot and the guy say, hey, no, I'm good. Whatever. You're not my type. Then you wouldn't get mad. And so, well, that's why you were short anyway. I'm like, damn, you came up to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, shoot your shot. Sometimes they're gonna say no. It's okay. It's just it builds character. That's all.
I guess. I guess it builds character. But let me read what Jeff has to say. So Jeff says, like Twin said, you just don't know how much of a confidence builder that would be for that guy if you shoot your shot. It doesn't make you look thirsty. Well, I am glad to hear
Facts.
that because I am thoroughly considering it because I have to tell you, it is not often that I meet a gentleman who leaves such an impression on me that I'm thinking about him 3 weeks later and even considering wanting to shoot my shot. Like, and I think again, I think I'm a very confident woman, but it's like the thought of the rejection of a simple like, hey, let me ask you out for coffee. Then he's like, no, and I'm like, fuck.
Well, just no. So think about this for a minute. The guy you found on LinkedIn, he has no social media.
No,
And
green flag, by the way.
So with that being said, right? Think about this, and I'm sure he's not an old guy neither. He's probably around the same age as you, or
Yeah, he looks about in his late 40s.
okay. So he knows about social media. So the fact that I met a beautiful woman at this event, we both Jamaican. I held her hand a little tight, XYZ. That's all that happened. You know, it was that little impression that we had right there, right? Boom. You talked the whole time. You ain't exchanged numbers. It was just that little interaction. And then come Monday morning, you know what I'm saying? I check my LinkedIn. I get a message like, hey, I enjoyed. You know how much of a big smile, big flex he had? You know what I'm saying? Let's just for this, topic. Let's say he did have a woman, regardless. You know, hey, yo, look, bro. He had what? Look, man, my lady, a Canadian lady. She sent me a message, bro. She found the brother. Man, listen.
I did find him indeed. I remembered his first and last name, and I found him on LinkedIn.
Listen, that's a confident booster, but it definitely pumped him up. And I also say this too. If I was in his shoes or just that type of singleness, whatever going on, if a woman sent me a DM first, she's gonna move up on priority list as far as women I talk to. Just the fact, like, okay, because ain't nothing sexier than a woman who wants me.
Oh,
Say again, ain't nothing better, sexier than a woman who wants me. Trust me. You want me? Oh, you want to talk to me? And regardless, you want to go out to get coffee. Regardless, the man in me, I'm still gonna pay for the coffee. But the fact that you want to go out, that's gonna be confidence builder for me. I'm like, oh, okay, then I'm gonna get to know you more. And then if we gel, then we go X, Y, Z. But the fact that a woman shoot her shot at me, that's a confidence booster for me. Period. I don't care what nobody say. So you should try it.
you know what? I think I will. I definitely will. I'm gonna give it a little bit because there's, yeah, and part of me feels like I have
I'm
to.
scared. Do it.
I ain't gonna lie. Like, there's a little part of me that's like, oh my god, like I get rejected, and if a lot of women were honest, again, like I said earlier, we are terrified of rejections, and we're big babies when we get rejections because we're not accustomed to it.
And also, let me say this too. When you pretty privileged and you shoot your shot, no man's going to turn you down in a mean way.
True.
If you're pretty like you, privileged like you, and you shoot your shot, if I'm married, I'm sorry, babe. I appreciate it. I really do. If I was single, that part, what I'm saying? I'm going to turn you down a nice way. It just be them ugly motherfuckers who want to shoot themselves. Big Bertha. No, baby, no, I'm good. And then you say, we're good. Then you got to be mean because they keep being persistent. Like, you don't sit your big ass down. You like, we're going to look at you, look at me. You think we're a match? Say, I hate to go there. But I'm just saying, when you're pretty privileged, you get a different outcome. Even if he has a girlfriend or he is married or whatever, you will get a soft rejection. Trust me, you don't worry about that. Now, if he's ugly, you might get some hard shit. Just keeping it real. So what I'm saying is shoot your shot and see what he says. I guarantee you, if he's single and he's not gay, you can be good.
Okay. I'm going to do it. I'm gonna. Not only am I going to do it,
Do
I'm
it
going to
right now.
tell
Do
you
it right
guys
now. Do it for the
what
chat.
happened.
Do it for the chat.
I'm gonna
Do it
do
for the
it.
chat. Come on, Jeff. Do it. Do it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna report back because I'll be telling you guys my business. I am gonna report back what happens, and I am going to make a commitment for the sake. I'm gonna be the experiment. For the sake of this show, I'm going to be the experiment, and I'm gonna make a couple of dates this summer with myself. And if I do see a gentleman while I'm out by myself that I'm interested in, I am going to shoot my shot and I'm going to report back. I mean, if it doesn't work out with this one here, because
There you
man,
go.
this man is so fine. Like, he is. And when my colleague started Googling him, she found out he was a former hockey player. Of course he was. Right? Like, of course I would meet a man, and he black, clearly. So, of course I would meet a man, and it turns out he was an ex athlete. Of course, right? Story of my life. But
Mm-hmm.
she started Googling him and she was like, oh, I found this post and it says he has teenage daughters. And she was like, it's on Women's Day. If he had a wife, he would have mentioned his wife and not just his daughter. So she was like doing all the research. And she was like, do it. She's like, no one's going to know. But I will tell you
That's it.
guys, I'm going to shoot my shot.
Shoot your shot.
I am going to commit this summer because I am no longer sitting waiting and thinking that a man is just going to come to me and there's this idea that he's going to sweep me off my feet. I also have to put myself out there. And if you gentlemen are saying that it's a confidence booster to men, for me, to not Jeff saying, twin, we'll know how it worked if she starts postponing the show.
Facts. Hey, you know what? Can we do next week? Sure. Go ahead.
Listen, Jeff. No, I love my show. I'm not going to postpone my show. I even left dinner early. I paid for my dinner. I said to my girls, I'm out. I got shit to do. But no, I am going to commit. Okay, I'm going to commit to experiment. It is June the 18th. I am going to commit until the end of summer, which is the end of September. So I have 3 months that I'm going to take myself out on a date in June, July, August, and September. So 4 dates by myself. And if I see a gentleman out when I'm out on these dates by myself, I will shoot my shot. Now I'm going to shoot my shot, period. But on those, because I think it's even more comfortable for a gentleman to come over to me and talk to me when I'm by myself than I'm with my group. So I'm making that commitment, and I'm gonna report back to you guys how me shooting my shot works.
Cool. And of course, be strategic with it, right? Don't just go there and start shooting.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Make sure you get the eye contact. Make sure you get the smile. Make sure you make eye contact a few times. Like, oh, okay, that's what we do. As men, we make eye contact, smile, and then look around. Hey, if I make eye contact one more time, I'm walking over. That's how we be like, hold up, she looks and she smile. Oh, I'm going over. So do the little smile. You hear. You know what y'all women do. Little. Hello, how you doing?
I love it.
Course,
Jeff, I need to ask Jeff. Jeff, because I know, Jeff, you've been married twice. Did either of your wives shoot their shot at you, or did you end up in a relationship with any of the women that their shot? Because listen, I think it is a competitive landscape out there. And like I said in my comment to that young lady, we have no problems applying for jobs knowing that there are going to be thousands of applicants. Like my current job right now, I guarantee you there was at least 100 applicants for the job that I'm currently in. And I had to beat out all of those people through first round interviews, second round interviews, third round interviews, references to make sure. Salary, I even had to go through a salary negotiation because they were undercutting me. I had to negotiate the salary. And then, of course, when I'm there, making sure I stay employed and get raises and get promotions and do all of that stuff. So for me, And at any time, my job can be like, hey, we're letting you go. We're redoing the department. We're doing all of that stuff. And we put in so much energy into that. So at this phase in my life, because again, I have more years behind me than ahead of me. If I need to go up there and shoot my shot because my husband just needs a little encouragement, I'm in.
Okay. Listen, just know the I'm gonna tell you exactly the line I shot at a lady that had me in a 14-year marriage. I said to my ex-wife when I first met her, I like fruit too.
Oh.
So quick story, she was bringing fruit to one of my teammates on my team, and she was pregnant. So she was having, and that's her friend. So she bringing fruit because, eating fruit is healthy for the baby. She kept coming up, and I was like, man, hey, how you doing? I like fruit too. She smiled. That's it. She smiled. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't asked for a name, asked for a number, but I got the smile. So then the girl who was on my team who was pregnant, she threw a baby shower at Dave & Buster's, and I got invited. The whole team got invited, not just me, the whole team. So, I only went hoping that I'll see her. That was my only mission, and of course I went there, got there, and I sat at the table, and lo and behold, she sat directly in front of me. Oh, okay. I said, well, yeah, it's going down. It's going down. It's going down. It's going down. And then, of course, we started talking, exchanged numbers, and he was playing basketball. Dave Buster's a little basketball. So I took my shirt off. She's on my shirt, claiming territory. You know what I'm saying? Showing off, whatever. But long story short, once again, I like fruit too. That's what I said, and I could be married. And also, too, to add to that same story, when you go to baby shower, sometimes they have prizes, throughout the whole event.
They do.
So at the end of it, they had a prize for hey, prize for this and prize for the first person that came. Now, when I went there, those people there already. Guess what? I was the first guest to be there. So I was kind of a little embarrassed, like, shit, I was trying to blend in, but I was the first one there. So I was like, damn. But anyway, sometimes you got to be a little persistent, fellas. So shoot your shot. Ain't gonna hurt nobody. I said I like fruit too. That's all I said. And look at me now. I got 2 kids, 2 beautiful kids. She ex-wife from divorce, but we're still good friends. But all I said was I like fruit too. That gotta be one of the weakest lines ever, but it worked for me.
Okay, Jeff is answering my question, and I feel very encouraged. Jeff is saying that both of his wives shot their shots. Before his first marriage, she had a roster, but the fact that she put it out there that she was interested, that put her in front of the rest.
What did I say? What did I say earlier?
You did say that. You did say that.
When a woman says she's interested, I'm going to put her on the top. Like, hold up. You are? Because we all know when we talk to a woman, we got to, trying to figure them out, learn them, X, Y, Z. Playing that hard to get, trying to learn her X, Y, Z bullshit.
Yeah.
But when a woman tells me that, hey, I'm interested in you, me, bump her up to the list. And I had a roster too. So Jeff, me and Jeff, we'd be in trouble if we hung out. But yes, yes. Listen, salute to you. Congratulations. I know exactly. Go ahead. I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm excited.
No, listen. I am, first of all, Jeff, I was hoping you would join tonight. So I'm so happy that you're part of this conversation, because I know that I have to change how I'm approaching dating if I want the result. And I mean, as you guys are talking, I literally have messages coming up of men sliding into my DM. Like, I could literally show you guys right now, based on a post I was on. However, I also know that for me, because I have a particular type of man that I like, it might be best that I make a little bit of the first move. And I think, what I think for the ladies is, and this is where some of the misguided information online is. A lot of women think that one, shooting their shot means that they're desperate, hence my question, desperate or bold. That two, if they shot their shot and they were to be the ones who, for instance, paid for the first date, that they're setting the expectation to the man that they're always going to do that. Right. So those are those two things. Outside of the fact that, again, we hate rejection, I think a lot of women are misguided to think that if they do that, that's going to be that. But sweetie, like, it's funny because I talked to you about shooting my shot, and you automatically went to the fact that the man would be paying even though I asked him, right? And the caliber of men that I am interested in, they would also assume, yes, she asked me, but I'm going to pay, even though I am willing, because I'm the one who asked you out. I'm the one who said, let's meet up, right? Like, I would have no problems. It's coffee. Like you said, it's coffee and a scone or a whatever. Like, what is that, 25, $30? Like,
Yeah.
if I can't put that out, like, you left your house, got in your car, got on the train, whatever you did to come and meet me, and you didn't have to. You did it. So what is it, me putting out $30? But I could put out $30 now and never spend another dime ever. But a lot of women are so short-sighted. Like, that's what that woman was in that video. She said a lot of women are so short-sighted they can't even see past their nose because they're like, I would never, I would never think to do this. But these are the same women who are putting expectation on men about what they should do. Like she said, a man who wants me should, with the whole finger, like, should come. And it's like, why? Why should he?
And the funny thing is, you know, the men that she want, right? The men that she want sees the video, right? That everything sees the video and listen to what everything she's saying. And it's like, you know what? If you that bold to make these statements, do you think I'm not even going to entertain you? Like, it's a challenge. Like, man, we like to be challenged. You know what I'm saying? So if you make that little, I don't know, what's the word I'm using? It's not threat. What's the word? Ultimatum. When you make the little ultimatum, I'm like, oh, guess what? It ain't gonna work out. But what you just said is so key. Some women are so stuck on that. I wouldn't dare pay $30. I wouldn't dare go on a coffee date. That's below me, right? Not knowing that coffee date could make sure you never pay a motherfucking bill for the rest of your life.
Ever, ever, ever.
Forget who pays for the coffee. The fact that I wouldn't dare go to a Starbucks. I wouldn't dare do an Applebee's on a date or Cheesecake Factory. I wouldn't dare do that. And right there, you messed up your blessing because you took that initial thing, thought was small or beneath you, and look at you now. 30 years old, because mind you, let's keep it a buck here. Most women should be married in their 20s. Simple as that. 28 should be the latest. You should be married.
I was married at 28. That's so funny. That's when I got married, 28.
I got married 28 too. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, technically, I was supposed to be married when I was 24, but didn't work out, and the young lady passed away. R.I.P. But I'm just saying, I'd have been married even younger. Is what I'm saying. I'm just saying, I'd have been married early. Me. So I'm saying that women, I should definitely get married in your 20s because that's when you should be married. Simple as that. So if you're in your late 30s and you have kids and you're online talking this bullshit, you messed up. You missed your window. Now, I'm not saying you did to the world. I'm not going to say that. You can still find you a good man out there. But the man that you want, you missed that opportunity. So the man that y'all want, the six figures and XYZ, when you're in your 20, you're in the youth, the young, the fresh you, the everything ain't damage you, not drama you, no trauma you, that's when you should be looking for your husband. That's when you say, I deserve this guy who makes XYZ. This is when you should chase these football players, NBA players, or athletes, whatever, when you're in your youth. Anyway, long story short, if you're 30 years old, you're talking that rhetoric, you missed your window, boo. Yeah. I mean, you can do what's the one lady, an NBA player, the one older young lady be chasing the little boys down in NBA and take all their money.
Oh, Scottie Pippen's ex,
No,
Larissa,
his ex,
Lala.
oh no, the one that got the dude for North
Oh,
Carolina.
Brittany Renner.
Yes, yes. Now, if you want to be a Brittany Renner out here, okay, cool. I mean, good luck with that. Just know you're competing with women that are in her 20s who look as good as well as you. So you want to do, you have to understand. Brittany Renner had that one, she'd work out a lot because she has to compete with women younger than her. So just be clear, she had to work out, number one. And because she's just older, oh, she did some strange things. She just didn't do the average lay down and okay. No. She had to do some strange things to get that man and be like, hey, I want to make you my wife. But anyway, that's another topic. But the point I'm trying to make is you should be married by your 20s. So if you're in 30s online talking on bullshit, just keep talking and see how it works out for you. And when you're 40, still see how it works out. When you're 50,
I think, but it's funny that you're saying that because I think that's the fear. Because speaking as a 46-year-old divorcee, that is the fear. I think, and let's really talk about it. I think a lot of women hide behind some of that bold talk online because they don't want to talk about the reality, which is the fear. I've talked about this over and over again. My biggest fear is dying alone. That is my biggest fear in life, is dying alone, because I did not have a daughter expecting her to take care of me in my older age. I had a child to ensure that she could go off and create a better generation than the one before and the one before and all of that stuff. Like, that is why I had a child, not thinking that she was going to take care of me in my old age. And so as I'm getting older and I'm now divorced, and I had, yet another engagement that did not work out, there's part of me who's like, should I just give up? But I'm honest about that. There are a lot of women feeling exactly how I'm feeling, but they will come on with this fake bravado online and talk about it's the men's fault, where I'm at least honest in a fuck your feelings type of way to be like, I am so afraid of dying alone, biggest fear ever, that I'm also now in this position of, is it worth it to shoot my shot? Is it better just to subscribe to the fact that I might be alone forever? Like, do I wait for this man to come around? Like, what space am I in? And I fluctuate, I have to be honest, like every day, in terms of, do I get comfortable being alone? I've been single for, oh my God, going on 3 years now. My last relationship broke up. I mean, I'm dated, but my last serious relationship was June the 30th. We broke up 3 years ago. Damn. So now I'm like, do I just stay with that and I'm okay with that? Do I shoot my shot and hope for the best? Do I just, what do I do? What do I do?
I mean, in your case, I would just, adapt to change, right? So yes, shooting your shot should be something you add to your repertoire now, right? You have done what you've been doing for all these years now, right? So now let's try something different. You still have the opportunity to find a good man. You still have the looks, still have the body. So, and your daughter is older, so you got a lot of good things in your favor. You understand what I'm saying? So I I wouldn't say throw in the towel yet. You're still good. Now, everyone's case ain't same as yours. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for you, I'll just say I wouldn't throw in the towel yet, but definitely adapt to change. You just have to.
I like that advice. Adapt to change. And I think that's my thing. And one thing I will say to the ladies, I'm going to go back to me talking about paying for a date. And this is something, twins, that you don't know. This is going to be new for you. When I first started dating my now ex-fiance, he was having a rough go. This was, in kind of the beginning of COVID, and he was going through some rough things. And I remember when we met up, and there were a couple of dates that we went on that he was low on money. And one of the things that I did, because I never wanted to be the one that paid, I would have cash or my card or whatever. I would hand it to him under the table, and he would put down the money and he would pay. Or he would put down my card and he would pay. My card or whatever, like, I gave him the pin, like whatever. So he would pay. So it never looked to the waitress or the waiter that I was the one paying. Once he got back on his feet, which was only a couple of months later, I didn't pay bills. I didn't pay any bills. I bought some groceries like every other week, but I didn't pay bills. And he remembered just looking at me because it wasn't anything we had talked about, but I also understand a male and a male's ego, and he'd never been in the situation that he was in. And I understood, like, I also grew up with a father. So let me start there. Rest in peace, daddy. Right. And I understand a man's ego. And so I think instinctively, the first time I did it, he kind of looked at me, but he got it. I think I did like 2 or 3 times when we were out. Um, and for him, he said that changed everything about our relationship, me doing that.
Well, I'm glad you said that. The one thing I want everybody to take away from that is that don't ever kick someone when they're down, because they will get back up. Because he wasn't in the place to do, he wasn't in the right place to do what he wanted to do, and you looked out, and guess what? He got to the place where he could do that, and then life was good, right? So, with that being said, and I add this in too. I think waitresses and waiters, they're trained that way. Because anytime I go somewhere to eat, they automatically bring the check to the man regardless.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's an ego thing. I don't think it's an ego thing, but I do get it. You know what I'm saying? Because the man is expected to pay for everything. So, for me personally, if I'm not able to go somewhere, I wouldn't recommend, like, hey, I wouldn't take someone on a date where knowing that I couldn't afford to pay for everything. You understand what I'm saying? And of course, if my lady like, hey, can we go here? I ain't got it. You want to pay? All right, cool. Then, we work out the deal. And
Yeah. And that's what it was for us, right? I like really nice places and really nice things.
Yeah.
I think we ended up going to Atlantic City one time. Like, we drove to Atlantic City, and I wanted to go to, it was one of them chefs' restaurant. It might be Gordon Ramsay or one of them chefs. And he was like, the situation. I'm like, don't worry, I got it. But even though I got it, to your point, when they automatically come, they don't put it in the middle. They put it at the man. So I just gave him the money under the table to ensure that he paid for it. Because there is just something, to your point, like kicking somebody when they're down, but there's just something of like, listen, I got you, I support you. And it's a simple move. There was nothing said. I didn't say anything. I just was like, here you go. I looked at it. It wasn't obvious. I wasn't like putting it and throwing the money out. I did something quick. I had money aside. I said, here you go. I think I might have even put money in an envelope and just handing it so he could take the money out of the envelope.
And when you said he got it, it's the same thing as you shooting your shot.
That's true.
On top. That's why things change after that. Because it's like, oh, okay. I never been in this predicament. You know what I'm saying? She didn't make me feel a certain way. You didn't look at me a certain way. Or when we got in an argument, you didn't be like, well, that's why I gave you the money to pay, because you couldn't pay.
Yeah, I would never, ever say that.
That's more of the fear. Not that we fear that, but that's what happened with men in those situations, that when we fall short at with our particular partner, when we do have arguments, because you will have arguments.
Indeed.
In our face. And I was like, that shit, that's why I rather not do something, not because I don't want you to pay for it. I don't do it because I don't want you to throw it in my face later on. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So that's what it is, ladies. So we don't have no problem with you paying and doing X, Y, Z. We just have a problem with later on with the argument you want to throw in our face, like we're not men enough. That's the shit that pisses off.
Ooh,
that's
a good way to start. Well, I'm going to wrap up because I know I spent longer than I was expecting. And again, Twins gets up hella early. So I'm going to start with my dating tip. And I'm going to say to the ladies, date without fear. You will change your dating life. And I understand that a lot of us, again, have this fake bravado, especially online, because there's this idea that, again, the whole strong, independent, hyper independent nonsense, when the reality is a lot of us are still little girls waiting for our fathers. Not me. Rest in peace to my daddy. I know who my daddy was. But a lot of women didn't, right? And they're like scared little girls waiting for that daddy that never comes. And let's acknowledge the fear. And so I would say date without fear, date bold. And if you feel like you need to shoot your shot, don't let anybody tell you different. There is nothing wrong with sending a man a drink. There is nothing wrong with asking a man out for coffee. There is nothing wrong with flirting at a man that you're interested in. The only thing that they can do is say no, but we say no to them all the time. So a little rejection, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you date without fear, you actually might meet your husband. He's out there.
Message. All right. So what I like to say is this for the ladies. Oh my God, I just lost it. Hold on, give me a second. Let me come back, bring it back. See what happens. You get all your certification shit. I know exactly what I was going to say. Well, yeah, here we go. Thank you. Just got it back. This, ladies, remember that. Remember this. Taking advice from single women will always keep you single. That's number one, right? So, with that being said, step out the norm. Do something different. Like she just said, okay, a no's not gonna kill you. Trust me. We be told no all the time. No, I'm tired. No, my back hurt. Oh, I'm period. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm joking. But man, we're used to the no's. So I'm saying, try something different. And based on the conversation we had today, with my experience, with Jeff's experience, sometimes you taking the first step can have you never pay a bill ever again. Just saying, try something different. If you have done all what you've been doing all these years and you've not got the right outcome, try something different. Trust me. And ladies, you know if you're pretty, you know if you got a nice body, you know if you got it. Most men is not gonna reject you bad. You know, oh, but I'm sorry, I'm single. You know what I'm saying? You might get in trouble. But I'm married, but I'm just saying, you trying to get a friend? No, thank you, sir. Be a good husband and keep it moving. But what I'm trying to say is that shoot your shot.
Yeah.
Trust me, it will change things and make life easier for you and for him. Trust me.
I'm done. I love it. So you guys have heard it here. This summer, Toshiba is going to be shooting her shot at men that she's interested in. She's going to start with the man that she met 3 weeks ago that she cannot stop thinking about. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I'm going to send him a professional LinkedIn message asking him for coffee and see what happens. But when I take myself on my solo dates, if I do see a nice gentleman that catches my eye and we have a little bit of a eye flirting, I'm definitely gonna shoot my shot, because I might be missing out on my blessing waiting for a man to shoot his. So there we go. Thank you, everybody. Get like, share, subscribe. Again, if you ever want to join the conversation, I put the link in the comment section every week. We are always open to having respectful discourse on this channel. And remember, fuck your feelings when you come into our world. So have a great week. Have a great weekend. Be safe.
All right, Jeff. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Bye, Jeff. Thank you. Good.